It's critical condition, getting worse and worse. It's inhumane to be alive. There's no doubts on my mind. I've literally just made a video, and as I'm making it, they're making threats against my life, or imitating detectives making threats against my life, doing what he wants, overpowering me, and I can't do anything about it whilst making threats, like I said, making threats against my life, whereby he's entitled to my power, entitled to kill my power, and I can't do anything about it, making direct threats. So critical condition continues, also pulling out significant portions of my life. I'm sat here homeless, completely institutionalised, being subject to my entire life internalised into a crippling apology all day, every day, costing me every day of my life. I've got every single bit of my sex drives internalised, so I can't get an erection. I've got every single bit of my ability to think get pulled out all day. I'm subject to a crippling apology all day, sometimes over 3,000 times a day. We're imitating detectives, apologising, committing crime against my power and calling me a liar and then saying sorry for it while stripping out my power. In other words, a crippling apology all day and stripping out my life. Obviously homeless. Problem still continues. Never been in a sexual relationship. Basically costing me every day of my life. There's no doubts in my mind whatsoever. You can't be alive. It's not possible to stay alive. Threats against my life, majority of days, while inflicting crippling, degrading with a magnitude of 1,000 crimes, and imitating detectives entitled to do what they want at my expense. Like I said, they've internalised every single bit of my sexual tension, every single bit of my sex prowess, every single bit of my sex power, every single bit of my control over my own life, every single bit of my ability to think for myself. All my jaw's completely wide shut, putting pressure on my internal organs internally, my entire life encapsulated, all day a crippling apology, and my life never changes outside of a detective saying sorry to me for 1,000 crimes, committing crime against me with a magnitude of 1,000 crimes. So all day saying sorry into every single time that they've committed a crime against me, or apparently killed my power from the system, whether it's cost me sex with women, whether it's cost me whatever it may be, just crippling, degrading all day, every day, with detectives committing crime, calling me a liar and saying sorry and stripping my life out. My jaw's completely snagged shut internally. You can see the process where it's encapsulated in a dome-like shell and it's shut over the power of my own life. Control over my own life getting worse and worse. Like I said, threats against my life all majority of days, whilst imitating detectives afflicting or imitating an apology into my power with a magnitude of 1,000 crimes over 3,000 times a day. So over 3,000 times a day, my life never changes outside of detectives committing crime against me, telling me he's sorry for 1,000 crimes while committing crime against me, making threats against my life. This is all day, every day, costing me every day for years. There's no doubts in my mind, if I committed that crime in society, I'd get a life sentence once. They're doing it every day for years and years. Critical condition, they stripped out every single bit of my life and internalised it, so my jaw's like shut and commit crime against me. They've made a human punch bag where they commit threats against my life into my power and replicate committing crime internally all day, every day. They've completely destroyed my life to make a human punch bag. They've stopped me getting power in society or getting any life in society so they can internalise it and make threats against my life and torture me all day. This is not mental illness. It's not me hearing voices. They've snagged my entire life into making threats all day, every day. Critical condition, it's a forced suicide. They've cost me the best years of my life to create a human punch bag where they can torture somebody to death. Problem still continues. They've absolutely wrecked somebody's life, misusing information. It's destroyed somebody's life.